Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, after a couple days of speculation regarding the coaching staff for the Edmonton Oilers, we can officially end the speculation, at least on that front. I do have some speculation for you later in the video, but today the Edmonton Oilers officially announcing that Paul McFarland will be taking over for Glenn Gulutzan as the new assistant coach for the Oilers on the bench. Peter Aubry, a name we talked about on the weekend, will officially take over as the Oilers goaltending coach, and Connor Allen will take over for David Pelche as the Oilers skills and skating coach. The Edmonton Oilers also announced today that Paul Coffey will return to his previous role as special advisor to ownership and hockey operations, and the Edmonton Oilers also announcing today that assistant coach Mark Stewart, as expected, and video coach Noah Siegel received contract extensions. Head coach Chris Knoblauch confirmed that Paul McFarland will run the power play for the Oilers, while Mark Stewart will run the defense and penalty kill. Knoblauch also said they will have a new penalty kill system after an underperformance during the playoffs. The Oilers' new skills and skating coach, Connor Allen, spent last season with Team USA's under-17 team. The Oilers' new goaltending coach, Peter Aubry, spent 8 seasons as the Blackhawks' developmental goaltending coach from 2015 to 2024. As well, he was the goaltending coach with their AHL affiliate. Head coach Chris Knoblauch noted that he has a lot of respect for Paul McFarland. His time knowing him goes back to coaching against him in the OHL and coaching with him for Hockey Canada. He brings a lot of enthusiasm to work, and the fact that he's been running an NHL power play in Florida, Toronto, and Seattle were big factors in his hire. Chris Knoblauch also noted today that Matt Savoy is expected to get time on the Oilers' penalty kill, and that new arrival Ike Howard will be tested on the second power play. So great news for 2 young guys entering the lineup this season, and obviously great to see that Paul Coffey is remaining with the Edmonton Oilers organization. I know a lot of people hate to lose him behind the bench, but he will still be there if the Oilers need him to call upon. So we didn't get any kind of announcement on a new goalie development system for the Edmonton Oilers, led by new goalie coach Peter Aubry, but hopefully that is something that is in the works for this team. As we've talked about over the last couple of videos, it's something this organization definitely needs to develop their goaltenders properly here going forward. But a new development that I want to talk about today with the arrival of goalie coach Peter Aubry is that he has worked with Chicago Blackhawks goaltender Arvid Soderblom. Arvid Soderblom is currently a restricted free agent with the Blackhawks. He's filed for arbitration, so we'll see where that leads here, whether he gets a deal with the Blackhawks or the Blackhawks decide to move on there. But he's a goaltender that's looked strong over the last couple seasons. Going back to last season, in 36 games played, he had a goals against average of 3.18 and a save percentage of .898. Now, obviously, nothing groundbreaking, earth-shattering there, but in the games that I saw him in and other games that I've heard about from other people, he's looked like a solid young goaltender, and he was getting those numbers behind a very bad Blackhawks team we have to remember here. The Blackhawks currently have Laurent Brossoit and Spencer Knight as their goaltending tandem, so it's most likely that Arvid Soderblom is probably headed back to the AHL next season. Now, I'm not saying this is a goaltender that's going to come in and change absolutely everything for the Edmonton Oilers, be a replacement for Stuart Skinner, but he's a goaltender with a lot of young promise, which the Edmonton Oilers really don't currently have at this point. So I wonder if he's somebody they look at as a possible replacement for Calvin Pickard here down the road. Calvin Pickard's got 1 year left, and he's been fantastic as an Edmonton Oiler to this point, but the Oilers do have to look towards the future. So a 3-way goalie battle with Pickard, Skinner, and Soderblom is something I would definitely entertain going into training camp. Oilers insider Bob Stauffer mentioned last week that the Edmonton Oilers are going to take a look at the waiver wire in training camp to see if there's a goaltender they could possibly pick up. So Arvid Soderblom already has time working with new goalie coach Peter Aubry, so this seems like a natural fit. His contract should be very low, something the Edmonton Oilers can easily afford. So I don't know. We'll see. Do we get a 3-way goalie battle in training camp, or is this something that the Edmonton Oilers don't even entertain? No sources on this or anything like that, just something I wanted to throw out there as a possibility here for the Edmonton Oilers, and whether it's something they entertain as a goaltending solution or just a plan for something here going forward. But I think that's all I have for now, guys. Paul McFarland, I think, is a solid hire. He's worked with Toronto, Florida on their power plays, and hopefully he can come in and have an effect on the Edmonton Oilers power play that's been struggling for the last couple of years. Peter Aubry seems like a solid hire for the goaltending coach. Happy to see that Paul Coffey is still in the organization, and like I said, still there to call on if the team needs him. So let me know your thoughts on the new hires. What do you think about the Edmonton Oilers possibly going after Arvid Soderblom? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.